Yes, people, welcome back to AFTV. It's Tour Diaries. It's the day after the defeat, actually, to Tottenham Hotspur, which pains me to say. It's the aftermath. We're going to kind of discuss it. You know, the whole experience of what we went through yesterday. You know, being in the Kai Tak Stadium, which, by the way, is unbelievable. Again, I have to mention this. A big shout out to the Hong Kong Tourism Board. The football festival sadly wasn't a success for Arsenal, but what an experience it was from you know, the getting there, being so close to the stadium, the fans, the being inside it being a sellout, the energy, the vibes. It's a North London derby. It's the first one outside of the UK, so it is quite historical. It's annoying that we didn't win it, but we're gonna get straight into it, boys. And I know before we start recording, there's some tension between these two. I had to pull them apart, make them sit far apart. Lee's been up all night waiting to cook Robbie, so I'm gonna play backseat passenger to this, but let's just start with the beginning. Before the game, you did previews. What was your feeling, obviously, before the game in build up to this? Because the North London derby is something unique. You go to them year in, year out. It being here, did it feel different? Did it feel like that same needle to it? Did it feel?
Yeah, it was completely different, but an unbelievable experience. I really enjoyed it. Like to get to this stadium is just so easy, and everything around it, the access around it. The organisation for a big event, unbelievable. There was crowds building for this game. I would say about 12 o'clock, 7.5 hours before the game. There was loads of people about. They handled it very, very well. In the stadium, I thought was fantastic. The atmosphere in there, I thought it was a fantastic event.
Brilliant. Did you get to see the opening? I guess I walked into the stadium. Granted, just a smidge late, and I saw there was like an opening ceremony on the pitch. There was the Dragons, and did you get to see that at all? I don't know if you see that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, because I missed that.
I was in hospitality.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you not end up in hospitality, and he found his way into hospitality?
I'm a person of the people, right? And I wanted to roll with the fans. That's what I do, right? And I thought, let me just say, right, the fans were unbelievable, absolutely incredible, right? Like you said, the build-up was from like about midday, and I was chatting to a fan yesterday who said to me he was close to tears when he heard, the stadium singing North London Forever, right? Which it was a beautiful moment when you heard these fans over here, right? Probably 95% of them never been to North London, singing North London Forever with such passion. It was absolutely outstanding, and it was just an unbelievable experience. And also, right, because I came in here and this guy kept telling me about how I should apologise to him for certain things.
Yeah, he wants to apologise.
Right? So since as we're on the apologies, right, are you going to apologise to me that the other day when we got here, when we arrived there from Singapore, right, and we come to the hotel, right? I ain't been up all night, but since as he's on the confrontation tip, right?
Here we go.
When we was walking up, we saw loads of Tottenham fans with Son shirts on. Right. Which obviously we're in the Far East. Yeah. We're not far from South Korea, and Son is like a god down these parts, right? Yeah. Quite rightly so, with what he's done in football. But a certain Mr. Judges said to me, he goes, "I'll tell you what, Robbie, mate, we're going to get completely outnumbered in this stadium, right?" And I said to him, "No chance, or Arsenal get. I don't care if it's down this part of the world. Arsenal support in the Far East, Singapore, China, Hong Kong, wherever, we will blow these lot away." And he refused to. He said, no chance. Now, Mr. Judges, what I would like to ask you is, on observation, when you took a peep out of the hospitality section and took a look around the stadium, would it be fair to say that at least 80% of the stadium, if not more, were Arsenal fans?
There was probably 90%.
Because the Tottenham fans were put in the smallest section of the behind the goal, right? So,
but I will.
Will you apologise for that?
I actually thought it was.
Thank you.
I actually thought it was, but I have to realise it was only a friendly. You know what I mean? So maybe they didn't turn up because they knew it was just a friendly. But there's no such thing as a friendly with an Arsenal Spurs game. And if they do their job properly, that clip will be coming in now.
In just over an hour, we're at the Kai Tak Sports Arena. It looks unbelievable. The place is buzzing. Loads of Arsenal fans, which you did tell Lee was going to be like that. But this is made for a big game. I know it's a friendly, but it's made for a big occasion.
It ain't no friendly, man. We want to beat Tottenham. You know what I mean? Well, to be honest, right?
And that is what I'm saying, like, you know.
Okay,
and
so
then all of a sudden, after the game, it's a friendly, like, you know.
Okay, so the clip has obviously now been.
Oh, you
now
can
been played.
apologise for that.
So he's saying to you that
listen,
you flip flopped.
Every time I might. I just want to say, just watch the interview, my interview, right? Every time I said, "Oh, he ain't fair," it's only a friendly. It's only a friendly. It must have been 60 times. But that much? And then I'm
because
sure the guys can clip up a few. Anyway,
no, hold on. Hold on.
So are you gonna apologise?
No, I ain't apologising.
Well,
let me just say, you also said it's only a friendly, didn't you?
No.
So you didn't say that this game. You didn't in your interviews also say, listen, I can't get into too much because it's only a friendly.
If you've said that,
I said first.
This whole argument.
So you're saying you didn't say that?
I said you look at it one way, or you can look at it as.
What way are you looking at it?
The consolation is no, I didn't look at it as a friendly yesterday. I'm disappointed yesterday.
Listen, hold on. For what I meant, right, is that when I say, when I'm saying it's more than a friendly, right, it is more than a friendly because we're playing Tottenham, yeah. So for me, it's different to like say the local fans where. You know, we a North London derby for us is we want to win this, right? We want to win this. Other friendlies, of course we want to win it, but it doesn't matter as much. Obviously, it hurts when you lose to Tottenham, but in the grand scheme of things, it is only a friendly. I'm sure you tell me this, right? And I want you to be 100% honest now, yeah? As much as you know, he was losing it yesterday. He was losing it and that yesterday. But you really down this morning.
Oh no.
And upset.
No, I said that.
Right?
The comfort blanket is okay. Of that.
Now, if it's a normal North London derby, right? Right. The next day, are you chirping? Are you going to say, lads, after this interview, I'm going to do sunbathing?
No.
Right, exactly. So
you came here with so much venom and Chesley, and now you're going.
And listen, the other thing as well, right? Both you and Turkish, right? You went over the top with your criticism, as far as I'm concerned. Don't get me wrong. There was things there, right, that I didn't like about the performance, right? But I feel you're going over the top because it is a friendly. There's lots of changes. Gyökeres came on for what?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, right? You know what I mean? The teams get changed around. That's not what a normal game is going to be, right? And so you guys are going over the top. Oh, we lost. You know what I mean? Let me ask you something, right? What did you reckon then? Like, what about the games we won? Are you not going to give them any credit for that?
No, I thought I'm going to say.
So wait a minute. AC Milan.
I'm not going to land, or I'm going to be up.
No, because I ain't finished talking yet. AC Milan, yeah.
You're getting served up.
No, because I know he's coming.
Served up. I ain't started yet. I'm only on the old starter. Don't worry about that.
AC Milan.
Crap.
1-0.
Crap. Did you enjoy it? Crap. Boring.
AC Milan 1-0.
I fell asleep 5 times.
Newcastle we won 3-2.
Awful.
Right, and we've lost today. Right, so you in your interview saying, oh, you know, how are you going to win? Like, and I had Turkish of it. How are we going to win? Not being impressed. You were talking about, oh, remember when we won in Orlando and then we went, right? So basically you're saying then, because we've lost this game, it's as if to you like we can't win the league.
I've never once.
I mean, well, you didn't think? Didn't you think AC Milan?
Forget about the results.
That was a good
you didn't think AC Milan?
Forget about the results. Right. Forget about the results. Right, because as they are, they're friendlies and don't matter. I look at the performances. I look at something like structure, how we're going and all that. Right? And I look at us defensively, right? Sound.
You was happy with that, yeah?
Everything.
You said yeah.
Same as last season, right? But I do not see anything going forward. I on all 3 games, I think we've been really poor.
So Max Downham coming on and he played on the right. He was going on. He was forward.
This is a 15-year-old kid.
I know
that lit up the games for us.
It's funny.
But that's something different.
I'm saying about the patterns of play going forward. Our forwards have not had hardly any service in these games, and like they're all being blamed for it. Like I don't think Saka's been at his best at this moment in time. But
he's a man in the match in the last game.
I still don't think
played
he's
well.
Been at his best. Like, you know
he's not going to be at his best. It's still a friendly. They're still building.
That was because that's a fan vote, Rob. Come on, like you know what I mean? The man in the match yesterday.
He got man in the match. He scored in that game.
The man in the match yesterday was the chef, right? That done the bread and butter pudding yesterday, like you know what I mean? It was unreal. Cinema. I've never had it before. my mum has got a lot, you know, my mum does a nice bread and butter pudding, but she's now number 2. She's got to up her game. You know what I mean? Pre-season's coming, you know what I mean? Come and gone. She has got to up her game when I go around here for my bread and butter pudding.
Obviously, there was a lot of frustration like yesterday, obviously the result and the goal. I mean, I've got to pull someone up as well. I mean, Turkey said, hey, did you watch the goal back? He had a go at me and said, did you see it? It wasn't a foul.
I've seen it.
And I
said it yesterday, right? And people always want to say, you're making excuses and stuff like that, right?
It's obvious trick.
And don't get me wrong, great goal by Sarr. Right,
yeah,
great goal by Sarr. But I was arguing expressions about it. I said to him, listen, in the Premier League, that goal's not getting given.
No way.
Right? Everybody thought that when you said there was a foul, that the foul's by Sarr. It's not. The foul's by Richarlison. It's clear. He kicks Mars Lewis Skelly, and that's how comes he loses the ball. After that great finish. But then you're having a go at Raya, saying that, you know, what's he doing it? That's how we play. That's how literally every one of the top teams play, with their keeper like a sweeper keeper, right? So they're not expecting the midfield to lose the ball like that. And then that's why he's been caught out. But that's the instruction that you get. I don't blame Raya for that. What's he supposed to do? Throw about 10 feet and save it?
No, because at the end of the day, as you say, look, I've had a look at the situation from that point of view. It's a definite foul.
And you know the other thing, right? Like when you say Arsenal, and you know, as I said, like I get it. You know, I didn't think it was a great performance. It was a poor performance yesterday, right? But and I was saying in my interview that to me it felt like they had one eye on that plane going home. They look a bit lethargic and that. But they're not actually looking at the stats. That
wasn't an excuse.
That's a poor excuse.
It's not an excuse. No. Hold on. I'm not saying it as an excuse.
Well, you are.
I'm saying it's not a good. For me, I'm saying it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing that they had one eye on the plane, but that's how they played. They played like sort of how we are, where we're coming towards the end of the tour and we're sort of saying, kind of looking forward to going home now and all that, right?
It doesn't justify it, but that's...
It doesn't justify it at all. It's not an excuse, right? But funny thing is, right, I was looking at the 3 games that we played, right? And I was looking at, like, there was a guy this morning, I was just reading it, he's analysed the games, and he said that actually, if you look at the games, Arsenal have been way more attacking in their play than they have been last season. They're working on a new form of attacking. And I saw like they've had...
Who's this then?
Right? Sorry, it was ESPN who said it, right? Last night they had 16... Last night they had 16 shot attempts, 13 corners, 55% of the possession. Overall in the whole tour, their stats are way up when it comes to attacking the normal. And the report that I was reading by this analyst, he was saying that they've been trying to play a more attacking brand of football on this tour. But we must not get carried away. If we'd have won that 4-0 last night, don't get carried away. We lose 1-0 the way you're carrying on. I mean, relax, bro. Relax, bro. You know what I mean? You don't give us no credit when we beat... You didn't give us any credit when we beat AC Milan, did you?
No, because
you see that?
Because it's a friendly, Rob, and results don't matter.
It's a friendly, results don't matter. You didn't give us no credit for that, did you?
No, what I'm saying is, right, you know, I'm not worried about the result as much, like, you know what I mean? But it's what I've seen over these last 3 games is exactly what I was seeing last season. The issues are still there.
The left wing's been a problem.
Games of football and not being able to score goals.
Fair.
That is what I'm
Scored
saying.
3 against Newcastle. Beat AC Milan 1-0.
A couple of them were mistakes. But listen,
last night Tottenham's goal was a mistake.
But at the end of the day, you've got 90 minutes in a game of football, right? How many shots did we? How many
16.
It's hard though because you're giving all these stats.
How many saves?
It is still low-scoring games, and we're not getting.
Listen, it weren't a great performance. I credit Tottenham last night, right? I thought they defended really, really well. I didn't think we played well. I'm not making excuses for Arsenal.
How many times have you seen that?
The point I'm just trying to make to you is you're going over the top, yeah? But going over the top. Oh, we lost that game 1-0. It hurts. We don't like to lose to Tottenham, right? But it is a friendly, right? And you know, AC Milan. In that same stadium, you see what you're looking over there, Kaitak Stadium, yeah? Where you're there now cussing Arsenal, saying this and that, yeah? AC Milan beat Liverpool in that stadium by 4-2.
It's only friendly.
Right. Okay.
But what I'm saying is...
See you later.
Even against AC Milan, right?
How are you come in and saying you're going to cook him for saying that? And then now you're using...
Listen, I don't care about... I haven't watched that game. I haven't watched that game, right? And I don't care about that game, right? And I don't care about...
You've lost
it's the performances. 80%. Look, listen, even against AC Milan, when we played against AC Milan.
Are you going to say sorry to
We've only got one.
Way.
Only got,
you know
Cause
what I mean?
got one thing to say here. Continue.
I don't care about the AC Milan game. If you look back at the AC Milan game, I thought we started off again really well. They had the first chance. If they score that, which they should have done. Do you remember he put it over the bar? Should have scored. We go 1-0. Well, same problems are there. Same
football,
issues are there.
You get chances in games.
16 shots. I don't care about what stats say. How many times, and they can't say that. How many saves did Ricardo have to make yesterday for Ricardo? None. Not one save did he have to do.
Listen, what I say is this, right? As I say, where I'm with you on this, it wasn't a good performance. I'm very worried about the left-hand side. I think throughout this tour, what we've seen is good. I've liked.
He's not sorted that issue out, Rob.
I saw some people having a go at Odegaard yesterday. All right, yeah, he didn't play well yesterday, but he's played very well in the other two games. He's looked very, very lively. The right-hand side has looked really, really good, right? You know, Ben White overlapping. Saka's played. Saka's, I remember a player coming back from. We have to remember this, right? He was out for a long time, right? He's finding his feet back. I think he's looked sharp. And you can see he's got a lot more to come. Max Dowman, the star of the whole thing. Ethan Wanieri, but by the way, I was like, why didn't he play last night? Was there a little niggle or something like that? But he's been like brilliant on this tour. The problem that I've seen, the defense, I thought Norgard, I've liked the look of him. I've liked the look of Zubamendi. I've liked the look of the defence. Even Mosquera, when he come on last night, I liked the look of him. But that left-hand side is an issue at the moment, and I want Arsenal to go out into this transfer market and do something about it, right? Trossard, who, by the way, picked up an injury last night, so that's a bit of a worry. But Trossard looks like he could be leaving. Martinelli's still not look very good on this tour. I don't want to go on to him too much, but I definitely feel we need something else on that left-hand side. That is if I was to take one takeaway from this whole tour, that would be it. That left-hand side,
which has been an
issue
still
for
an
a
issue.
long while,
so
it needs sorting.
So what we're going to do that on next season's pre-season or whatever.
Well, they need to sort it now. They need to go into the transfer window and get somebody on that left-hand side, whether it's Eze, whether it's Rodrigo, whether you try and go for a Leao, Morgan Rogers, somebody. But it needs something that side.
As well, Rob, with a left foot, because Declan Rice yesterday, there were 3 occasions when he could put first-time passes into Martin or the wide player, he has to cut inside and use his right foot, and that then stops the wide player. I don't think it's necessarily a personnel issue. I think it's a tactical issue that he's got to sort out. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I see Saka being overlapped by the fullback Ben White, time and time and time again, giving him an option on the left-hand side. When does anybody go over that way to make a decoy run for maybe Martinelli or somebody else to do something?
That's a good point.
But Miles does invert inside though, more so than going.
No, but that is a good point. That is a good point. Is that you don't get that overlapping runs over and that left-hand side's an issue.
Problem.
I want that left-hand side to be as potent as the right-hand side is, right? And at the moment, it's not. And I don't know, Martinelli looks a bit out of sorts to me, man. You know what I mean? Is it the pressure? I don't know. It's still early. I want to go on him too hard, but something's needed on that left-hand side, right? Yeah, we've seen it 3 games. In all 3 games, that side's been the problem. And hopefully they can sort that out in this transfer window.
To be honest, I've had a fantastic time here, but yesterday was the worst day.
It was the worst game. Yeah, it was the worst performance.
Worst day. I've ended up going.
It's funny because it was actually brilliant.
We were supposed to be going to a closed market.
A what?
A fruit market.
Instead of going to a closed market.
Who was that? A fruit market.
I listened to production, didn't I?
Yeah, well, that's for a ride. That's at your own.
What a mistake!
I have no sympathy for you because that
is. It was from that moment on when I bumped into Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Who's that?
Right, Jason and Joe. Right. They said, do you want to come for a ride into the market? So I said, yeah, I'll come to the market. We're going to this nice place, ladies' market, right? Yeah. Supposed to have all nice stuff and all that, right? Right.
Closed.
Joe wants to go and buy a bag. I want to get a nice little one of those traditional gown things, like, yeah? Brilliant. I ended up with a bag of fruit.
Well, you should have came with us because we went there and we saw all the traditional gowns. Now, I'm disappointed in you, I'll be honest, because I want you got to stay on Robbie's neck when you're trying to get him. You can't let him fight back. You lost.
It's only a friendly. I'm over it.
All right.
It's only a friendly.
All right. Let me.
I know one thing. Like we've got the clips up there.
That's not enough. I told you to bury him. It's
There's
not
no
enough.
such thing as a friendly. We lose. Yeah, it's a friendly. Yeah, it's a friendly.
All right. Let me end by then. Obviously, the end of the game was that Tottenham ended up lifting it.
We're carrying on about.
Yeah, but I know. I
no more, Cecil.
I just wanted you to see, do you care about the shamelessness of certain police? See, Richarlison was moving shameless.
It's ridiculous.
He had expressions here, like,
oh my God,
going on like he
listen,
won.
I get it. The way expressions is carrying on, right? It's like, but you know, I've seen this before. Because remember a few seasons ago, right, KG, when Man United beat us, it was carrying on exactly the same way. And I said to him, I go, you know, it's all right, have that. You know, what was it last night? The Herbal Life or Herbal Tea Trophy.
I don't even know what trophy.
Have the Herbal Tree Trophy, yeah? Right, let's see what you do in the league, yeah? What I would like to know from Expressions is he confident in that they're, you know, because they keep riding off of this Europa League thing, right? We're getting back to the real thing now, which is the league. Does he think that they're going to finish above us? Right, in the league, right? That's what the question I want to ask him. Let's see. And to be honest, I'm not even interested in him either, man. I want us to win the league.
I'm not interested.
I want Arsenal to try and win the league this season.
They're not the issue with us. You know, I mean, the only issue Tottenham are with us is because they're near us, like in where location. That's it. We, you know, what I mean, I'm more interested in what Liverpool do, Manchester City do, Chelsea. You know, what I mean, Newcastle, right? They're the team. Then you've got Aston Villa, Spurs, and all that. But they're the teams we've got to be looking at.
Listen, the only reason why they're relevant down here, right, despite their win, right, is because of Son, right? And when he leaves, mate, they may not even get a friendly down there again. That could be it, right? So they go and buy a player from Hong Kong.
That was the greatest thing about it. Forget about the result. Right, forget about the result. No argument. What's the biggest club? No argument.
It was clear. It was
clear as red and white.
Clear as day. Right. Well, listen. Thank you, everyone, obviously, for tuning into this tour.
No, just one thing I've got to say.
What?
I've got a big apology to make to Joe. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's got a bad ankle and all that, like, and I was playing silly buggers and pushed him into the cab.
And he done his other ankle?
Well, he's done the same ankle again, mate. You know, twisted his ankle again, and I think maybe that's why he took me to the fruit market. but at the end of the day, I want to apologise. I felt so bad about it, like, you know.
You two, I swear, you end up in a wheelchair because you're sick. He didn't give a crap about you. Then he's got a bad ankle. You don't give a crap about him. You should just have your own show together and just kiss and make up. But all right.
Well, by the way, right, because we're going back tonight. Yeah, I hope you sorted out some motion sickness stuff and all that. Like,
I felt, you can't be going back to the UK thrown up again. Like.
Yeah, Jason's, you know, like.
I'll tell you what, we get to London, mate.
I'm leaving.
I ain't waiting for nothing. I'm gone, mate.
Well, you're all right. You're in the Comedy Plus. You know what I mean? So
see, that's what I wanted you to get him today. He's in the premium comedy.
And Expressions. Are you?
I'm not.
I thought you was his man. Obviously not, like. You know
I've gone down in the rankings.
You know, I've gone down in the rankings. Remember that, like. Cecil Me, that's your new name, by the way. Cecil
and me, Judges, that's your new name as well. You know.
When it comes down to it, he's got no scruples. You know what I mean? Like, he just does what he wants. You know, if it was me, you know, I just sort of, like I do, he's my boss and that's it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Friends, I'm not so sure, like, you know what I mean? Because he, you know, he just he looks at you and he just looks at, and he's looked at Expressions and he's gone,
yeah, it's cool.
You're only a friendly, mate.
It's a low level. All right, it's only a friendly. All right, listen, thank you everyone. Once again, like I said before, wrapping up, before your big apology to Joe for tuning in. A big shout again to the Hong Kong Tourism Board. They've really looked after us. They've got us in the premium location. We had to move anywhere to go and watch the games, to be immersed in the fans, and also, you know, the transport. And they gave us a great experience, taking us to some of the top places here in Hong Kong. So a big thank you to them, as always. And hopefully we'll be returning. Robbie,
beautiful
I'd like to come
city.
Back, so please
I want to be back.
We sort something out with that.
We're coming back.
We're coming back, and please like the video on your way out. Thank you as well to Lee and the Don himself, or my boss, shall I say?
Yeah, well, I would remember that. I will remember that. You know, how many trips you've been on and been ups? You've been bumped up?
To be fair,
how many times?
No, I was in business on the last one. I was in business to Kenya, so Oh, fair. I mean, listen, I'll let expressions have this premium economy. I had business last time. Love everyone. We'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.